What's the difference between Odin 3 and Odin 2? Odin 3 has essentially nothing to do with our previous guitar samplers. It's a totally new guitar, recorded through a completely overhauled recording chain, and then ran through a completely new sampler engine. Over the years, we've had many customers give their feedback and ask for features. And Odin 3 is essentially the culmination of all of those years of input combined into the best virtual guitar ever made. So what are some of these upgrades? We started by taking an 8-string baritone guitar equipped with an Evertune bridge and Fishman Fluence pickups. This ensures you have the tightest low tunings ever created on a virtual guitar. We then made sure you get access to all of those notes this guitar can produce, but also on every single fret. A given note will sound very different on the 8th string compared to the 6th string. Now, if you had to manually choose where every single note would be played, this would become challenging and perhaps even inefficient. So rather than just stopping there, we also created some pre-made fret logic presets. So you have various intelligent profiles by which the guitar will attempt to play. And then if you still want to tweak, of course you can still go in and manually change where anything is played at any given time. Now, I already alluded to Odin 3 being an absolute metal machine, but one thing that should really drive this home is the fact that we included 3 very different types of palm mutes. The closer your hand mutes to the bridge or to the neck, you get a completely different tonal quality. And so we wanted to ensure you have access to these different tones. If you need a really nice, warm, round palm mute, you can use these semi-open ones. But maybe you instead need a completely dead, percussive almost palm mute. Then you can use a dead note. Now, this is not the only articulation we expand upon, because we also really wanted to have the difference between pinch harmonics and natural harmonics, so both are included. Honestly, we added a lot of new articulations, too many to even include in one video, so here's all of them. One piece of feedback we got was that you really wanted longer sustain on Odin 2, so that when you really need a note to ring out for a very long time, you can do so, and so Odin 3 also has incredibly long sustain. Now, if you're a more technical user, you might also be interested to know that Odin 3 now can share its sample pool across different instances of Odin 3. This means if you need a different lead guitar, a different solo guitar, a different rhythm guitar, and so forth, you will not be using up even more RAM and processing power when loading up multiple Odin 3s. Odin 3 also comes with a built-in amplifier. Now, while I am a huge fan of our own amp simulator, Runeforge Fenrir, sometimes you don't want to take the time to load up something extra, so you can literally just click on rhythm and you have a tone. Now, for maximum control and results, of course, I would still always gravitate towards reamping afterwards, because not everyone wants to have the exact same tone, but it's really easy to at least have something you can just click on without having to fiddle with extra knobs when inspiration strikes. We also sped up loading times a lot, so you can instantly start writing at a moment's notice. You will note that when you first load Odin 3, not only did we really step up our user interface quality, but the notes being played are also showing up on the guitar's neck for easier visual feedback while programming. And to make things even easier, we also have every note showing up on the keyboard on the bottom. Speaking of keyboards, performing with Odin 3 on a MIDI keyboard is easier than ever thanks to the auto slide, force vibrato, and auto sustain functions we added. These really add that human touch, even when performing on a MIDI keyboard. And of course, once you've set your preferred settings, whether it's the force vibrato or the pickup pattern, or all the other exciting features we've added, you can of course save these in your very own presets now. Naturally, I will be going over all the details in our walkthroughs, but this is just a really quick overview. Of course, I didn't feel like I had to mention, oh, everything is just better and bigger in Odin 3. I think that's pretty obvious. I will be going through the nitty-gritty details in a longer walkthrough, but I'm just really excited for you to check this out right now. Links for everything will of course be in the description down below, and I hope you enjoy Odin 3.